Welcome to Dr. Jester Rants, and I'm gonna rant about this from Bound into Comics. Pathfinder tabletop RPG to remove slavery from our game and setting completely. We'll provide no in-game explanation for change. So, Pathfinder, which was generally known to be the more wokish or more retarded version of D&D, is now following suit with the retarded choices from Wizards of the Coast. Here it is, Bound into Comics 2. Dungeons & Dragons executive producer Ray Winninger addresses recent removal of problematic lore. We no longer feel that such a guidance is useful or appropriate. In which they actually pretty much eliminated evil races or mind control and things like that. They've also retconned a bunch of other things because it made the invaders of the hobby triggered. It insulted them. It made them uncomfortable. What the fucking hell is that? Would you idiots please get out of our hobbies? Thank goodness that you can still find the old editions of D&D and probably of Pathfinder around in the market, but I wonder what will happen when eventually those copies are not easily found anymore, or they are, I don't know, lost through time, and I don't know, because they are out of print and things like that. So what will happen eventually? Will people have to move on and play with these new retarded rules? Obviously not. People are moving to other games. Because the locusts, the tyranids, the clanners have decided to go and invade a hobby that was not for them. Because if it was for them, they would sit back, enjoy, play the game as is, and don't try to change anything, which is why I believe Gatekeep the Gatekeepers is a very, very good thing. Let's read this. Following the publication of an anonymous letter asking the publisher to address Pathfinder's slavery problem. Of course! Anonymous open... Would you fucking retards please stop pandering to the fucking imbecilic Twitter fucking mob? Please? You fucking insane idiots! Paizo Inc. Publisher Eric Mona has announced that effective immediately and without any plans to provide any in-game explanation for its disappearance, the concept of slavery would be removed from the game and setting completely. Of course! Let's not have ugly parts in the game, after all. Let's have an evil lynch. Not lynch, lich. Jesus Christ. Evil lich in a goddamn fucking dungeon somewhere, or an evil monstrous skeleton or whatever, and be cancelled because the evil monster forgot to actually make wheelchair accessible ramps. Addressed directly to Mon and published on December 13th to the personal blog of veteran Paizo designer Pathfinder developer Owen K.C. Stevens, at the author request, the anonymous letter asserted that the game's fixation on slavery as an institution, as a plot hook, as a fixture in the world of Pathfinder is at times baffling and at times infuriating. I don't find any of that problematic or infuriating. It is part of what makes the world. You think you made a game based on what? Middle Ages Europe and things, Middle Ages worldwide. And guess what happened during that time? It wasn't pretty. No, you had discrimination. You had a bunch of other retarded shit going on. You think it's going to be pretty? No, really, even this day and age, we still have slavery. In fact, you may find slavery mostly on Islamic countries, even though despite them having banned officially on their laws, but they don't enforce them. For instance, let's take a look at Dubai. Guess who builds those buildings over there? Slave labor, coming from India, Pakistan, and so many in Africa. But no, shh, let's not make it uncomfortable to the little fat tumblerina who decided to write this goddamn nonsense. Who is probably, I don't know, a pink-haired land whale with a goddamn weird lipstick. Think lipstick. Let's see.
Even black fans, players, and writers express our outrage and discomfort over and over again. Certain writers at Paizo continue to ignore us and use an awful source of pain as fodder for their entertainment. See? And while typically choose to call out on the company as a whole rather than in particular individual, in this case I feel I have no choice.
Dude, if you're not comfortable with the rules of the game, do us a favor, go play something else. I hear Quidditch is quite famous right now. In fact, it's actually trying to change its own name to actually pander to you fucking imbecilic, I don't know, snow fucking flakes. Of the choice to call out, Mona personally stated that in recent Pathfinder release, Lost Omens Upsilon, Eric Mona's credited on both development need and editing and does that in nearly every way that matter. Eric Mona had creative control of what the final product would look like, so he's the person I have to hold responsible. I forgot to do the voice. That's how exasperating this thing is.
We need to provide some additional information so that everyone can understand why it feels such a betrayal. And to do that, I have to talk about the Pathfinder Society Organized Play program that allows players to jump into public pre-organized games, often with people they may not know very well, not to bury the lead. But until recently, players in these publicly organized games were allowed to buy slaves.
Jesus Christ. I can see the soy permeating out of those words. I can see it dripping. I can see it like that, like, Coffee. I can see the soy, the thickness, the absolute disgusting slime of the soy permeating out of those words. Can you see it? And pretty much you can, because I can. It's dripping, it's bubbling, it's kind of like a pus, a sore wound that won't heal. And there's like that bubbling boil full of pus and that's what it feels like, those words, every time I read them. That's what it feels like.
If you're wondering how that happened, it's pretty straightforward. Somewhere in some Pathfinder book, there were rules options that detail the cost of purchase as slave, a perfectly legal practice in the fictional city of Absalom. Certain Paizo employee decided which books are allowed to society, and the book within this option was one of the ones allowed. So any player with access to the rule could then have their characters by another human being. And because there was no rule to disallow it, the game master and the players at the table had no way to stop them.
There is a way for you to stop it. You could go on a quest to actually go and stop the slavery. You can go on and brandish your soy-infused dildo on your goddamn fucking hands and go and fight for the slaves' right. You know, you have a story over there.
No, it's so insulting.
Go fuck yourself, you little prick. God damn, you fucking shit. Fucking flick. Goddamn retards. Circling back to the Pathfinder Society organized play, program enables individual and really summarized. Oh, this thing keeps going. When is it going to end?
You see, participating in society play means that you agree to play by their rules. If you don't like it, your only recourse by and large is to get up and leave the table. The only alternative is to get everyone to agree to that rule, so it's wrong and either collectively ignore it or force Paizo hand to get them to change it.
God fucking shit on a fucking pickle, you goddamn fucking retard! Go fuck up your goddamn fucking ass! Shove your goddamn fucking dildo up in your goddamn fucking ass and go have goddamn cock-sucking sex somewhere else, you goddamn fucking idiot!
Group of players, mostly led by black faces, chose the letter. Your official response is players want slavery by an organized play, then there has to be an in-game event to justify the abolition of slavery. What the fucking help to jump through, right?
According to them, it happened during the Pathfinder scenario. Assault on Absalom, an in-game event requested by players that led to the abolition of slavery. Oh, for fuck's sake. Let's see.
In one city, by conscripting enslaved people to find a word and giving friend unto the survivors way to trip forward over a very low. But,
well, there you go. You fought against slavery. Now leave for others to fight against slavery too. Because I think they actually deserve the satisfaction to fight against slavery. I would take joy in destroying slavery in a world. And then give that joy also to other players. To have the same concept. The same experience. Imagine that. You take out something that will give joy to other people. Or if you want to make an evil character. No, really. If you want to make an evil character, you can always make the evil character purchase slaves. That's an evil trait, you fucking imbecile. Are you trying to make evil characters likable or something like that? Are you retarded? Do you actually need help to tie your shoes in the morning? Because it feels like it.
And since then, other content has been published with clear anti-colonialist abolitionist agenda. Former colonies went through revolution to free the colonized people and grant them independence. Other influential figures in the world are going to part slavery from their regions. Most freelancers and developers desperately want to move forward and leave this shit off. Therefore, shut behind. We want this to be a game that everyone can enjoy, that doesn't trivialize black pain and rely on shock value.
Oh, right. We are dealing with a racist here. Well, a very, very racist nobody. A very, very racist landwell. A very, very racist shit on a cunt fucktard. Because he actually believes only black people can be slaves. If you're going to recall, surely Mauritania is also, oh, yeah, I think it's Mauritania. There are people that are born in slavery. Even they don't know anything more than being slaves, but still, as far as I know, the Indians are actually Caucasians. Yeah, Indians are not black and they are also slaves in Dubai, in many other places in the world. If I recall correctly, there was a burgeoning slave trade market in which captured European slaves during the late 18th century, 19th century. America went war against this because they captured American people as well. Have you forgotten that? No. It's only black people who can be slaves according to this goddamn filthy racist. Goddamn fucking imbeciles. Goddamn, I hate these people. God damn it.
And then there's Eric Bon Absalom. There are 126 references to slavery in 402 pages of Absalom. Some of them are just recounting history. Some of them are references to abolition and aiding free people. Several of them are graphic descriptions of illegal slavery, human trafficking, prison abuse, organized crime, and other various ways Absalom tries to have it both ways.
Declaring
a fucking slap in the face. Things like this happen to many times. At this point, I don't think an apology is enough.
Jesus Christ, nothing is enough with these goddamn imbeciles.
I don't think editing the book to remove any content is enough.
Oh, right. What do you expect them to do?
My relationship with Paizo was already on shaky ground and continues to get shakier by the week. I don't know what will mean for my career, but it certainly means that my trust in the company and any effect I may have had in Eric Mana are gone. Guys, I need a safe space. I need a safe space. I need to go cry on my teddy bear.
Good lord!
Kill me.
Shortly after this letter was published, the Stevens blog had a response from Mona himself, who began profusely of course he's going to profusely apologize. 2 decades means that you're just, for fuck's sake, I don't even care about his apology. His groveling apology, his pretty much begging for forgiveness from a people who will never grant it to them. They do not believe in forgiveness. They do not believe in redemption. They do not believe in any of those things. Anyway, given some might currently in the pipeline, it will take several months, a few more releases in each line before we can fully implement this new policy. Oh, good lord. We will not be writing events to tell the start of how this happened. We will not be introducing an in-world event to facilitate this thing. We are just going to move on from it, period. Oh, so definitely no explanation whatsoever why slavery doesn't happen anymore on Pathfinder. That's amazing! Great storytelling, you goddamn lazy cuck! Given some might is currently in the pipeline, it will take several months and a few more releases in each line before we can fully implement this new policy, but it's clear that it's a step that we need to take, and I personally should have realized that sooner. Again, I apologize to this freelancer and to anyone else disappointed with this issue. We hear you and we resolve to... Gatekeep, gatekeep, gatekeep. Unless you want your hobby to end up like that. The end. On that fucking hell. Have a great fucking night.